Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to talk about me getting married young. Um I got married when I was 23. I'm 24. The reason I got married was because, for one, I've known him for a long time. We have two kids going on three. I'm pregnant now. And there was just a good connection between us, and we've been through so much together. And of course, people will be like, why did you get married young, or why you just didn't wait? And my thing is, if we've been together for this long, why not get married? Yeah, no relationship is perfect, but why not be with the person I love and I've spent, some years with this person? My my parents had been wanting me to get married. As you may know, I grew up in the church. My daddy's a pastor. And so, I didn't do it for them, I did it for myself. Because, I wanted my kids to be raised up in a two-parent home. I was, but I was also adopted. And that'll be another video. But I always hear, you're just 23. Why last year was like, you're just 23, so why are you already getting married and stuff like that? But my thing is, it's my life, it's my choice. Yeah, he's older, but that doesn't stop nothing. That doesn't mean that the love isn't real. A lot of people, some people do get married because they feel like they pressured, or they feel like they have to, or it's just to keep people quiet. No, you do it for you. Don't do it for what everybody else thinks. Because I remember, we we was planning on getting married, say 3 years ago, but things didn't go as planned, and we had obstacles and stuff. So I was like, we're gonna get married when we decide to get married, not what everybody else thinks. Because, well, just because this person got married and they got this amount of kids, they already messed. Why y'all not married? And I have to tell them, it's not up to nobody else but us. And my daddy, he made a good point. He told me this the beginning of this year, and I was already married when he told me. But he told me, why would you be a girlfriend doing wifey things? And I didn't ever think of nothing before then, but then when he said that, and I was like, that was kind of my thing. We had been together for 5 years, and it's like, you proposed to me, but it was never no exact date. And so my thing was, yeah, some people take time with getting married and stuff. My thing is, if you gonna be with me and you want to be with me, don't try to just give me no ring just because. And he was like, well, no, it's not just because. It's because the feelings are real. And I could see me spending the rest of my life with you. And I was like, well, I felt the same way. And then I was like, well, now that I look back at it, it's like, maybe we was meant to wait. Because things are still taking progress and trying to do it. But that's still, I feel like it still didn't change any feelings that we had towards one another, even by us waiting. My thing is, just because you see somebody else married or whatever, and you like, well, that's what I want to do, don't marry the wrong person. That's a lot of things that people see on the outside looking in, they be like, well, their life is so perfect, and that's what I want. But you should want what you want, not because of what you see somebody else is doing on the outside. And don't get married just because you feel like you have to. Because if it's for you, it's going to happen in due time. And I know at first, when I got proposed and I was excited, and I'm like, I'm ready to start planning this, that, and the third. And so as time went by, we stopped talking about it. And so I'm like, first thing was like, are you doing this because, my daddy is telling us that, it's the right thing to do, and, we can start seeing things better when we do get married? And he was like, no. He was like, I said I was going to marry you whenever I felt like the time was right for both of us. And I was like, well, yeah, I do understand that, because we did pick a date the first time. And the first time when it came around, we didn't really have the funds like that. And I wanted, a decent wedding. So I'm like, well, we might as well just hang off of that for a little while. Because it's like, who don't want, their dream wedding? And so I was like, well, yeah, okay. So then when we picked the next date, my mom got sick. And my daddy was going to be the person to marry us. So I was like, I really wanted my mama to be there. So I'm like, let's just wait until, my mom starts getting better. And then we can go from there. So we picked another date. And when that time came around, my mama had passed the month before. So I was like, she had been hollering she wanted to see us get married, and she wanted to be there in that moment. And I'm like, she didn't even get a chance to see that. And then my daddy was going through a tough time. We all was at that time. So I just was like, just forget it. We just gonna get married whenever we can. And so then as months went by and the healing process had started to kick in for all of us, I went back to my dad and I was like, we want to go and get married. And he was like, you know what, that's a good idea. So he was like, you know what, but instead of me marrying you, I want your uncle to marry you. My uncle, he's a pastor too. And so I was like, okay, but we agreed for you to marry me. I said, but then again, I can understand that you still have some stuff that you're having to work through yourself to get back to being you. So, okay, that's fine. We'll do that. So, when we set the date for November 4th, which is the day we got married, November 4th, 2017. And I was like, well, we're going to have it at my uncle's church. So I was like, so, we're going to go pick out dresses and ties and, tuxes and stuff. Then I thought about it and I was like, we really don't even know who all going to come. Because one minute some people will say they come and the next minute they say they don't know. So I was like, well, you know what? We can scratch being dressy. And my husband, he's not really big on stuff like that, no way. So he was like, I don't know. And I'm like, well, you know what? We can just go casual. Because I remember my mom saying when her and my dad got married, they went to the courthouse. And she was in a blue jean dress and he was in some jeans and they just got married. And so, I was like, well, when we can afford a big wedding and a wedding that we want, then we can go all out. But there's no point in going all out when we really don't have it. So what I did was I got us some shirts made. And I'll show you guys them shirts in another video. So we got some shirts made, and at first, it was like my sister was saying they not sure if they gonna come or not. So I'm like, well, if whether y'all come or not, we still gonna get married. Cause it's our days that has nothing to do with y'all. So if y'all wanna be there, be there. If not, not cool. It don't matter. It's casual. So I was like, we can go in shirts and jeans, be matching, and get married. And that's exactly what we did. We went into my uncle's little office at his church, and we got married. And before then, you know, people, family members and all that was like, are y'all really gonna get married? Y'all been saying that, y'all ain't did it yet. And I'm like, yeah. And they was like, but don't you think you too young? And I'm like, age is nothing but a number. And that is so real. It is just a number. And I mean, a lot of people be like, well, why would you be this age and you dating this older guy or this younger girl? But it doesn't matter because y'all not in the relationship. Let them people be great. Yeah, my husband is 6 years older than me. But that don't mean nothing. We still are human and we still... Sorry, you guys. That was my youngest one. But don't worry about what other people think, because they're not in your life and they're not in the relationship. They don't know what goes on in your guys' relationship. So don't let nobody who basically be hating or feel some type of way or wish it was them, don't let that get in your way of your happiness. Because I've been with this person for a long time. Yes, I'm young. Yes, I'm 24. But that doesn't mean that don't mean I cannot be happy at 24. That don't mean I cannot be married and be happily married at 24. Because I am. So, no matter what your age is, don't let nobody have nothing, an influence on what you have to do with your life. Because little do they know, or did they forget that back in the day, people was getting married as early as 14 and 15 years old. But nobody want to talk about that. So what difference does it make now that somebody young is getting married? If somebody's old enough, grown enough, mature enough to make the decision of how they want their life to be, let them be. Because at the end of the day, you are not the person that has to deal with it. They are. So, be happy. And don't let nobody else take that from you. Because love is love. Other people might not see it, but you know who you love and how you love that person. So, don't let nobody downgrade you just because of you too young or they think you too old. Be you. So, as I end this video, you guys like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I will be back with another video soon. Thank you.